call the meeting to order. This is the May 9th, 2023 meeting of the Select Board. I am Vice Chair Beth Cassavant, and because our chair has retired from the board, I am opening this meeting this evening. I'd like to welcome our newest member, Carlos Garcia. And we are going to start this evening with a reorganization of the board. So we will start by a motion to elect a chair.
Madam Vice Chair, I nominate Beth Cassavant to serve as chair. You did a really nice job last year as vice chair. You also just earned a well-deserved reelection a third time. I'd like to draw on your experience for the upcoming term. And while not always the case, it is common for us when someone serves as vice chair to be the chair. But I think for all the foregoing reasons, and plus many more, I proudly nominate you as chair.
Second.
Okay, the motion has been made and seconded. I would be honored to serve as chair of this board. So I will call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so voted. I will now take a motion for vice chair.
I'd like to nominate Teresa Flynn for vice chair.
Second.
I will, yes, happily serve as vice chair. Big shoes to fill. I echo the comments about you, Beth, and congratulations on being here, and happy to support you in this capacity.
Great, wonderful. I look forward to working with you. So I'll take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, congratulations. And then I will take a motion for clerk.
I will make a motion to nominate Mr. John Samia as clerk.
Second.
Okay. Mr. Samia, are you comfortable being clerk?
I am.
Got a lot
Thank you.
lot of things you'd have to sign.
My signature will be on many votes.
Okay, very good. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, so
Thank
we
you.
are all set then. Our board is reorganized.
Do we have to trade?
Oh, we do need to
placards
trade
here?
placards. Let's see. Oh, I get a new one. Look at this is so,
That's a
okay, I'll pass this one over here.
Music.
Here,
This is a formal and ceremonial activity.
we don't have to change, like, seats, though. It's not musical chairs, it's just musical placards. All right. Perfect. Now that we're all set here, I will take a motion to approve the bills, payrolls, and warrants.
move approval.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. We're going to review and act to approve the minutes of April 25th, 2023, just noting that Taylor needs to drop in the attendance and all were present at that meeting. So I'll take a motion.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Noting that I'm abstaining from this vote.
Thank you. The next is announcements and reports. I have a couple of announcements here. The first is for the Memorial Day Parade. The Memorial Day Parade will be held on Monday, May 29th, 2023. The parade begins at 9:30 a.m. with a welcome address at 9:20 a.m. The parade marches to the center of town for the Memorial Day address, which will be done by veteran and scout leader John Travers from the American Legion, Ray Stone Post, who will be serving as the master of ceremonies. The parade will continue for a wreath laying at Mountain View Cemetery on Boylston Street. All veterans and active military personnel are welcome to march in the parade. And then I think you have one,
Yeah.
Mr. Snowden.
Wanted to discuss the improved service request portal. The improved service request portal will be an updated and centralized online self-service portal for residents and businesses. Staff from the Office of the Town Manager have been working with all departments across the town to bring forms, applications online for the community to access easily, conveniently, and in a more streamlined way. Community members can access this online portal shortly, and they should expect to see all departmental services online by June 30th, 2023.
Are there any other announcements or reports this evening?
Madam Chairman, there was one, and I know this from listening to the town manager download, that the tax relief fund application due date, I believe, is coming up May 15th. So maybe just a reminder to those residents that may qualify. that is an upcoming deadline.
I think the applications can be found on the assessor's website or also by visiting the assessor's office, and you are correct, the deadline is May 15th. And that's a fund that was set up by this board and also funded with some ARPA money as seed money, and also through donations from just community members and residents who are able to donate as they're paying their own tax bill. So even those who may not qualify for regular standard exemptions may qualify through this program, and so something worth exploring. Thanks for bringing that up. No manager's report tonight?
None, thank you.
Okay. So that brings us to public comment pursuant to Select Board Policy 31. No one has indicated that they would like to provide public comment this evening, but in the future, if someone is interested in addressing all 5 members of this body at one time, we encourage you to just reach out to the Select Board Town Manager's office by Monday morning, right? Is it Monday morning, Monday at noon?
Monday at noon.
Monday at noon, because we would love to have people come in and share their thoughts with us.
Madam Chair?
Mr. Samia?
One thing, we've done policy 31 for a period of time. We've had one participant so far. May I suggest that we go back to something we had tried before the pandemic, started to gain some traction, have office hours, and work over the next couple of weeks to figure out public building availability, maybe a one-time standing time during the morning and one in the evening. So depending on our schedules, we could participate in those. If we could work on that, but that we started to get traction, started to get some people coming in, and then the pandemic came. But it did provide a forum, not being on camera, but also an opportunity to get feedback from residents. So if everyone's good for that, that's something we could work on and possibly at the next meeting come up with
Yeah,
suggested times and
great
work
idea.
through availability.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a good suggestion.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for bringing it up. Okay, item number 7 is to review fiscal year 2023 budget transfers. Over to you or David.
Excellent, yes. Thank you. Wanted to review budget transfers in the amount of $489,017 that we're going to propose in Article 6 for the town meeting. At the initial printing of the town meeting warrant book that went out to town meeting members, we did not have fully finalized figures on these numbers as we were trying to watch all budgetary accounts as close as possible. The vast majority of these expenses were unforeseen and were not unable to be budgeted for at the annual town meeting last May, and they are most notably related to utility expenses across the Public Buildings Department. I'll do a little brief summary on this, and then this will also be provided at the annual town meeting. So, as I mentioned, it's the transfer in total of $489,017 to be transferred as follows. $10,000 to the town manager's department for the expenses to help set up the office for the new assistant town manager operations. $175,000 to public buildings expenses to cover utility costs across all the public facilities. The business management division expense accounts in total of $20,000 to cover training and personnel professional services with the retirement one of our employees left, and we brought in a consultant to help cover utility billing. And then lastly, the transferring of $284,017 to water separate appropriations to cover the increases in chemical costs at the water treatment plant. That sums it up pretty much.
Okay. Any questions, board members? And I understand there's no action required from our board. This is just
That is
something for a
correct.
town meeting.
Yes, that's correct.
All right, very good. So that brings us to item number 8, which is a joint meeting with the Library Board of Trustees to review and act to appoint one member to the Library Board of Trustees to fill a vacant seat. So I'm going to ask the trustee board members that are here to please come up and join us at the table.
Good evening.
Good evening. Would you mind just introducing yourselves for everyone at home?
Sure, I'm Deb LeBeau. I'm the chair of the Board of Trustees.
Jeff Billingham, trustee.
Lisa Elizabeth Powers.
Claire O'Connor.
April Prince.
Okay. So this is a joint meeting. I understand that there was a member of your trustee board who has submitted their letter of resignation, and so this will fill the vacant term until the next town election. So, we would be interested in hearing your recommendation.
Sure.
I believe that you would be the one to make the motion as the chair of the Library Board of Trustees, and then we would sort of vote as well.
Oh, okay, very good. Well, first of all, we're very appreciative of all the people who submitted letters of interest. We certainly enjoy their support, and it's really tough just to pick one person, and I think we're all hoping that they'll all stay involved with the library. But that being said, we can only pick one. So tonight I'd like to nominate Maurice Boisvert as to fill the vacancy until the next town meeting, next town election.
Okay, so having read the 4 letters of interest, I agree with you. Everyone that submitted a letter of interest is extremely qualified to serve in the role. And, having served as a library trustee several years ago before joining this board, I understand, that you have to have a real passion for the work and for the library, and everyone demonstrated that. I don't envy you having to make the decision for who to choose to fill the vacancy. We do have to do this as a roll call vote, so I would ask for, is that worded well enough to be a motion?
Yeah.
So I would just ask for a second from one of your board members on the motion to appoint Mo Boisvert.
I second it.
Okay, so we're going to take a roll call vote. Taylor, would you mind calling the roll?
Sure. Jeff, or you guys, or you all?
We'll
or
start with
them?
the Library Board of Trustees, and then we'll go to us.
Okay. April Prince. Lisa Powers.
I'm in agreement, yes.
Claire O'Connor.
Yes.
And Jeff Bellingham.
Yes.
Deb LeBeau.
Yes.
And now call our board.
Michelle Conlon.
Aye.
Teresa Flynn.
Aye.
John Samia.
Aye.
Carlos Garcia.
Aye.
Beth Cassavant.
Aye. So the motion passes unanimously. So congratulations on your new member of the Board of Trustees.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you for
Time
all the
and
work that you
input.
do for the library and for joining us tonight for this.
Thank you.
All right, that brings us to item number 9 under new business, which is to review and act on the road closure request for Boylston Circle from Ray Davis, AF Amarillo and Sons, Inc. for SFDR operations and final paving for 2 days between June 1st, 2023 and June 15th, 2023 from 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. And we're joined by Mr. Truman. And if you could introduce yourself as well, that would be great.
I'm Ray Davis with AF Amarillo.
Okay. You just want to give us a little background on
Sure.
this?
So hopefully we're here for the last time to close Boylston Circle. We've already done it a few times over the last few years. So having completed the sewer and the drainage and finally did the water mains last year, we're ready to repave the road. So much as before, we're going to close it in sections. We'll coordinate with the school, but we are trying a new process for the road this year, which is supposed to only take a couple of days to do, as opposed to several weeks to do it. So we're hoping to be in and out there a lot quicker this time. So we need to close it for about 2 days, somewhere in that period, depending on the weather. And then obviously we'll coordinate with the school, and we've got the option of sending them down either street. We'll probably send them down the street in the morning. By the time the end of the day comes, we'll be at the end of the street and done. Or we may be completed. So if there's any technical questions on the process, we'll certainly happy to answer them.
Okay, any questions from board members?
I know a lot of people that'll be very excited about this. Thank you
sure.
for all your good work.
Okay. So if there aren't any questions, I understand that you will take care of notifying
Yeah, we'll coordinate with residents and the school and waste management.
when the date gets closer, and
Yep.
you know exactly when. Is it materials? Is that what you're waiting for to really know, or is it weather?
No, it's just getting the contractor on board, so.
The process involves having a mix design, and they're working on the mix design.
So we
once
just
it's
did the
done,
bo- yeah.
We'll be able to start the process and get it over with.
On
Okay.
the new process, we did some boring in the pavement, so now they have to figure out how to design the mix, and then, because the train that does the construction is 100 feet long? It's pretty lengthy. It's quite an impressive process if you get the chance to see it, I would.
I just want to see it
recommend
finished personally. I'm tired
when it's
of
all done.
bumping around that road. All right, so I'll take a motion on this.
Motion to approve the road closure request for Boylston Circle from Ray Davis, AF Amarillo and Sons for SFDR operations and final paving for 2 days to be approved by the Director of Public Works between June 1st, 2023 and June 15th, 2023 from 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Item number 10 is to review and act on the road closure request for Holman Street from Spring Street to Main Street from Daniel Rowley, Water and Sewer Superintendent of DPW, for Wednesday, May 10th, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Hello.
Hello.
Dan's not able to make it tonight, so I am posthumously here.
That's great.
So yeah, we are looking to close the road at Holman Street, detour traffic past Holman Street to Boylston Street to Prospect, and then back to Spring Street to direct traffic around a excavation that we need to take care of in the vicinity of 30 Holman Street.
So this is the upper portion of Holman Street, like the Prospect end, or is,
It is the Holman, I'm sorry, let me just double check my map here.
I think so.
I think it's the one, isn't it closer to Main Street?
It's the
the main
corner
street.
of
The bottom.
Park Street and Holman Street. It's
Okay.
It's closer to Maine.
Closer to Main,
closer
yeah.
to Main Street, yes.
And this is tomorrow.
This is tomorrow, yes.
Okay, so anyone who's watching, just your route. Any questions?
Have residents been notified yet?
Yes, so we scheduled this excavation for tomorrow, before we were being seen here tonight, and notified via newsflash yesterday morning to get the word out, and hopefully we can perform this tomorrow. So it's an emergency, somewhat. The homeowner has a leak inside of his home, so it was something that we really needed to jump on and get scheduled. So.
Okay. Any other questions?
Just, would there be, like the, digital signs or anything, just letting drivers know that the street is closed, or will it just be with, like, how will drivers be notified that the road is closed?
So we are putting up just detour signs with arrows, directing arrows around to Spring Street. We were considering the message board, but space on the edges of the roads, it's a little tight, so I didn't want to, I guess, further impede any kind of traffic or anything like that. So, it'll be open to local traffic. We'll leave it open enough so people can pull into their road if they're on that lower end of Holman Street or on the other side of Spring Street. The Spring Street end, I mean, so.
Perfect.
Okay. A motion?
Motion to approve the road closure request for Holman Street from Spring Street to Main Street from Daniel Rowley, Water and Sewer Superintendent, DPW, for Thursday, May 10th,
It's actually Wednesday. There was just a typo in
Thursday.
there.
Oh,
It's tomorrow, so it's
the linked
Wednesday.
one.
sorry.
No, it's not your fault.
Wednesday, May 10th, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted.
I can't remember my days.
Thank you.
I fixed it on the real one. That was the one.
That's okay. It's my daughter's birthday tomorrow, so I know it's
All right.
Wednesday.
It was originally Thursday, but that's trash day, so we had to move it around and everything.
well,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, item number 11 is to review and act on the May 15th, 2023 annual town meeting warrant recommendations. So here is my proposal for how we go through this 54 article warrant. I know that it's mind-numbing to go article by article for people who are watching. So I propose that we take the non-controversial articles kind of as a group and then pull out any articles that may require more discussion. On my list, I have Article 34, which is a petition article that we should talk through. And then, are there any other articles that board members would like to have pulled out for further discussion before we start?
I would recommend Article 44 be
Okay.
pulled out separately.
All right. Anything else?
Will we just, even though we won't, if we're bundling them similar to how we do at town meeting, will we just say, Article one and what the article is, like as we, or
So
will
I
we just
wasn't
say, like-
planning to.
Okay.
I was planning to say Articles 1 through 33.
Okay.
Because they are articles that we've all gone through it. The finance committee has gone through it. I figured this way we save Carlos from having to go through every single article again. So we all, we all know like what the finance committee recommendations are. So this would just be just a more efficient way, I think, of going through this.
Yeah. All right, I support that. Since we've gone through these already as a board, and Carlos has gone through them on the finance committee several times. So I do support that.
Okay.
There is one, the Stormwater Capital Improvement Plan. I'll get you the warrant article that we would be moving to defeat.
Because there's no.
Okay, yep, just let me know which one that is.
Yep, we'll get that one.
Okay, hold on one second.
Sorry for the.
No, that's fine. That's what we're here for.
Getting there.
Okay, let's see who can find it first.
Competitive.
Mm-hmm. It's Article 15. Is that the one? Stormwater?
That's the operating budget.
Not that one.
That's not gonna work quite well for me.
29.
What?
Article 29.
29, okay.
29.
Thank you, Carlos, yeah.
See, that's because you've gone through the warrant once before, at least. Okay.
And then also Article 6, which Mr. Snowden detailed out tonight, would be a substitute motion.
Okay.
And one other note, I'm sorry, Madam Chair, that I didn't inform you of this. There is also going to be a substitute motion for the wetlands bylaw, which is, there's no motion provided at this time for that one.
What number is that?
I am getting there right now.
49 or 8 or.
I'll tell you in 1 second.
50, right? Wetlands Protection Bylaw?
Yeah,
Correct,
Article
50.
50,
Okay.
and then Article 54, there'll be a substitute motion as well.
But 50, we don't have a substitute motion at this time?
Not in front of us.
So do we take that at town meeting?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
fine.
we would.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see how this works then. We're gonna do 1 through 5 to start with, and it's a motion to recommend.
Correct.
Yep.
Move recommendation.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Okay, we're gonna take 6 alone.
Yep.
And you had something to say about 6?
But we reviewed that with the budget transfers, but.
Okay, so that's our budget transfers. So we'll take a motion on 6 separately.
Move to recommend Article 6.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Then we're gonna do 7 through, what do you think? 28. Okay, so Article 7 through 28 will be the next group that we'll talk through.
Motion to recommend Articles 7 through 28.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so voted. Okay, Article 29 is the stormwater one.
Motion to defeat.
Yeah, we're recommending defeat of that one.
Okay. And the reason for that, to remind the public,
There is no proposed stormwater capital improvements for fiscal year '24,
okay,
so we have to take action on every warrant article, and this would be to defeat the proposed motion.
so we are voting not to recommend this.
Correct.
Okay,
Motion to not recommend Article 29.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so voted. So then we will do 30 to 33.
Motion to recommend Articles 30 through 33.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Okay, Article 34 is a petition article, which we were advised by the moderator, who was advised by town council, that this will be ruled out of order at town meeting. I know that the lead petitioner was contacted and had a meeting with the moderator and is aware of this. And the finance committee also, at their hearings, opted to take no action on this. So would we vote not to recommend or take no action?
I think you should take no action.
Okay, so you don't need a vote for that? All right, so we will take no action if everyone's okay with that.
Mhm.
All right, then we're gonna do Articles 35 through 43.
Motion to recommend Articles 35 through 43.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so voted. And now we will look at Article 44, which is to vote if the town will appropriate a sum of money in the amount of $435,000 of Community Preservation Act funds to acquire for conservation purposes under Chapter 44B, the Community Preservation Act, and authorize the Select Board to accept the deed to the town of simple interest or less of parcels of land located at and known as 443 and 457 Lake Street and 104 Grove Street. So,
Madam Chair, I had asked for this to be pulled out because this is one that I am not recommending. I'll move the motion to recommend. I spoke publicly at one of our public meetings as to why I felt that we need to further develop our strategic land acquisition strategy, if you will. So I don't really feel the need to go into much more detail at this time.
all right. So-
Second. So you'd move to that?
Yep.
Okay.
Motion to recommend Article 44.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
So then we will do Articles 45 through 49.
45 through 49, I'm sorry, 45 through 49?
45 through 49, yep.
Okay. Motion to recommend Articles 45 through 49.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so voted. We're gonna pull out Article 50. We don't have a substitute motion yet for that, so we will vote on it at town meeting. So,
No action.
just so I don't forget to tell you this, we meet at town meeting at 6:45 to do these kinds of votes.
Okay.
So for anybody that's wondering when that happens, we convene on the stage at 6:45 to take that vote. And then we'll do Articles 51 through 53.
Motion to recommend Articles 51 through 53.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. And then that leaves us with the last article, which is 54, and there's a substitute motion on that.
Which will be provided at town meeting.
So we'll vote on it then. Okay, so another one that we'll vote on at town meeting. Okay, that concludes our work on the warrant. All right, item number 12 is to review and act to set the water rates and accept recommendations. So this is, we had our hearing at our last meeting. As far as I know, we have received no pieces of feedback from residents. There was no one at the hearing, and we saw nothing through email. So did you have any comments, Mr. Snowden, that you wanted to make on this before we vote?
Nothing additional right now.
Okay. So board members, any discussion on the water rates? So it's two things. One is to set the water rates, and we're accepting the recommendations, but the recommendations also have to be voted on at town meeting, correct?
The recommendations do not have to be.
What about the way that we're going to be structuring but that's not in here?
So the financial plan that we've laid out that would be covered by these rates is consistent with the recommendation that we're making with the capital improvement plan and operating budget at town meeting. So if town meeting wouldn't approve that approach, then we'd have to come back to the board to revisit the rates that we've set, or identify the implications that we may have in fiscal year '24, given the action of town meeting. But right now, we're recommending that you vote the rates as presented during the public hearing process, and then we'll do our best to convey the intent at town meeting on Monday. And then, again, if the article wouldn't be approved to allow for the borrowing authorization, we'd have to come back to you.
Okay. Any other questions or comments regarding water rates?
I guess we could, if that's all right.
Of course.
Madam Chair. So if anybody's interested, the new credit policy and the water rates can be found on the updated recommendation analysis online, dated April 25th, 2023, on pages 20 and 26, just for the community.
Thank you.
I move that the board adopt the financial plan, set the new water rates effective June 1st, 2023, and implement a credit program for those eligible persons who have qualified for personal exemptions through the assessor's office as set forth in the water rate analysis and recommendation updated April 25th, 2023.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so voted. Item number 13 is to review and act to appoint a member of the Select Board as a designee to the Affordable Housing Trust. So this is to fill the vacancy left by Mr. DiPaolo's departure from the board. There is a member of the Select Board that sits on the Affordable Housing Trust. So is anyone interested in serving in that capacity?
Madam Chair, I
Mr.
would be
Garcia.
interested in serving on the Affordable Housing Trust.
Thank you.
I certainly appreciate that opportunity.
Thank you. And I know from, your campaign work that you have firsthand experience with affordable housing, and I think that you would be a really great asset and a good fit for that board. So thank you for stepping forward and being willing to do that.
Thank
you. All right. Motion.
Yep, motion to appoint Carlos Garcia as the Select Board designee to the Affordable Housing Trust with gratitude.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Okay. That's great, Carlos. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 14 is to review and act to appoint a member of the Select Board as a designee to the Police Station Building Committee. Again, this is a role vacated by Mr. DiPaolo. While the police station is standing, there are still a few meetings that have to take place to sort of clean things up a little bit. So this isn't a huge time commitment, but again, we do need a Select Board designee. So is anyone interested in serving in that capacity?
Madam Chair, I would be interested in serving in that capacity for the remainder of the time needed. So.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, let's take a motion.
Motion to appoint Michelle Conlon as the Select Board designee to the Police Station Building Committee.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, thank you, Michelle.
Thanks, Michelle. I should have said with gratitude too. As well. Sorry. Didn't seem as big of a lift.
Yeah. So. If you're lucky, it'll be like when I went to the last Beal Building Committee meeting and I got cake.
Oh.
And that was pretty much all I did.
From what I understand, there's like maybe half a dozen meetings or so left. So
Until you get cake. I got it.
yeah, I'll have to earn my cake.
Item number 15 is to review and act on the road closure request for Maple Avenue, Main Street, and Grafton Street from the Recreation Department for the Memorial Day Parade from 8:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Monday, May 29th, 2023. And this is just the usual parade route that we follow every year, although it sounds like we're starting a little farther down the street
Just
this
because
year.
of the construction that's going on.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Mr. Howland, you want to come on up?
Just a quick clarification,
Yep.
shouldn't it be Boylston Street, not Grafton Street?
Going up.
Because they go up to the cemetery along Boylston Street in front of the library.
Yep. Technically, he's accurate. That's why he's the DPW director.
That's exactly right. I guess we probably don't want to go down Grafton Street.
No, it's
do
the
we?
wrong way.
Okay, so let's fix that. So we'll just change it in the motion?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, motion to approve the road closure request for Maple Avenue, Main Street, and Boylston Street from the Recreation Department for the Memorial Day Parade from 8:30 a.m. to 12 o'clock p.m. on Monday, May 29th, 2023.
Second.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Item number 16 is to review and act on the proclamation request from John Travers for Ed Norris, Troop 4, pursuant to Select Board Policy Number 30.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted. Item number 17 is to review and act on the proclamation request from John Travers for Kristen Scheffel, Troop 4, pursuant to Select Board Policy 30.
Move approval.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So voted. Item number 18 is to review and act on the proclamation request from John Travers for Rebecca Edwards, Troop 4, pursuant to Select Board Policy Number 30.
Move approval.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So voted. And item number 19 is to review and act on the one-day all alcohol license application of Musa Chamoun, St. Mary's Syriac Orthodox Church, 1 Industrial Drive, for an anniversary party on Saturday, May 27th, 2023, from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m.
Move approval.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, so voted. And that brings us to correspondence. So item number 20 is an email dated April 20th, 2023, from Nick Repetka, the Highway Division Manager of the DPW, giving the sweeping report. So sweeping's been ongoing in town, and according to this, in the areas south of Main Street and east of 140, and also Spring Street and the North Street areas, they had picked up 160 tons of material and hauled it to the landfill on Route 20. So the streets are starting to look a lot cleaner and free of winter debris, so thank you for the work on that. Item number 21 is an email dated April 24th, 2023, from Kevin Kranzeski, Transportation Project Manager, CMRPC, regarding the TIP public meeting notice. And that meeting was held virtually yesterday. Item number 22 is an email dated April 28th, 2023, from Representative Hannah Kane, regarding the FY24 state budget update. Representative Kane shared that last week the House of Representatives had concluded debate on a $56 billion plus state dollar budget for fiscal year 2024, which provides for increased local aid, free universal school meals, child care provider assistance, and eviction protections for renters. And that this preliminary House budget was approved on a vote of 156-0 following 3 days of debate. And so it would provide Shrewsbury with $20,971,468 in direct education aid and $3,278,528 in unrestricted state aid for the new fiscal year that begins on July 1. So again, that will go to the Senate, and I think I saw that they passed their budget today, but wasn't able to read all of the details on that. So thank you to Representative Kane for that update. Item number 23 is an email dated May 1st, 2023, from Zoe Cooper regarding the 2023 Town Scholarship deadline. And item number 24 is an email dated May 2nd, 2023, from Gosia Stolarska, Solid Waste and Recycling Program Manager from the DPW, regarding Casella yard waste performance and the second week. And I would like to just take a moment to really commend the work that's being done by Gosia and the her team regarding the pickup of yard waste. When I look at this, I see very few, if any. I don't think there's any calls to DPW for missed pickups. I think Casella is doing a great job, and I think residents should be very pleased that, you know, DPW put out a survey, got feedback, created a plan, executed the plan, and now we have a yard waste pickup that seems to be working really, really well. So thank you for that. I know, knock on wood. So that is it. Is there anything else to come before the board in open session?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, this meeting is adjourned.